I always knew you'd make something of yourself one day.
Yeah, just so you know, it's not my first lost city. Just...
In the modern PlayStation era, few franchises have the legacy of Uncharted. Nathan Drake's adventures have set the bar for action-adventure gaming and spawned countless pretenders, but Uncharted's true legacy is the millions of fans who care deeply about Drake, Sully, and Elena, having followed them for 3 unforgettable adventures. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is the final adventure, and also a game about legacy, what's worth holding on to, and how will be remembered. Having seen Nathan Drake's adventure to the very end, the legacy of Uncharted 4 is clear to me. This is Naughty Dog's finest creation to date, a lovingly crafted, wholly satisfying conclusion, and a triumph that stands among the greatest games ever made.
Let's get the show on the road.
At the close of Uncharted 3, Nathan Drake turned the page on his treasure hunting days, but in Uncharted 4, it's a loved one who pulls him back in. Believed by Nathan to be dead, older brother Sam shows up and he's in serious danger. He owes someone a massive debt. The answer? Pirate Captain Henry Avery's 16th century hoard of gold and jewels. Now, on paper, Sam's entrance seems like a play out of left field, but stellar writing and direction help quickly establish his and Nathan's pre-existing relationship. The entire cast of characters, in fact, benefits from this direction. There are fewer characters than in Uncharted 2 and 3, but everyone gets additional screen time to develop, and their feelings have never been conveyed better than with this nuanced facial animation.
When am I finally going to meet that partner of yours? Drake?
Well, that's ex-partner. Yeah, I've been flying solo for a while now. Drake's out.
On the whole, from characters to story, Uncharted 4 is simply more believable than its predecessors. The quest for Avery's pirate treasure seems historically feasible and logical, and unlike past adventures, there's not much need to suspend your disbelief. I really appreciate Naughty Dog's attention to detail here. The story is suitably deep, with plenty of narrative movement, but it's still easy to follow. On top of that, the adventure boasts absolutely perfect pacing. You could draw complaints against past games for an overly long combat encounter here, or puzzle serving as filler there, but Uncharted 4 trims that fat. Shootouts are a bit less common and better balanced, and the quiet phases of exploration and platforming in between benefit from the occasional need to actually stop, look around, and assess your surroundings. There's often more than one way to start scaling the environment, for example, and as you pause briefly to breathe and figure things out, you get a chance to appreciate the scenery. While A Thief's End is still very much a linear adventure, a couple massive spaces beg to be explored, and one could easily add a couple hours to the journey just scouring them for treasures and optional conversations. But clever world design, dialogue, and mini-objectives keep nudging you forward in a way that makes these huge areas feel natural. You can basically spend as little or as much time in them as you please. There's a lot of subtle improvements that keep platforming and exploring engaging, but just when the game starts to feel predictable, you get a dramatic shift in setting or action, which does keep things fresh over a 12 to 15 hour runtime, easily double previous Uncharted games.
What are the satellites saying, Victor?
Right now, not a goddamn thing. I've lost the signal.
Hey, you know what never loses signal? Paper.
There's a lot going on that's totally new to the franchise. Drake's rope, for example, is a thrilling addition. Controlling your momentum to move toward new handholds to gain the upper hand on enemies below just feels great, and there's enough grappling points scattered around to make it a flexible part of your toolkit. It can even be used as part of a stealth strategy, though you're probably going to want to stick to tall grass and cover for success in these sections. The dense vertical environments really lend themselves to fun, tense sneaking, and there are a few nice touches like the fact that grenade blasts don't automatically cause the AI to immediately know where you're hiding. Whether stealthing or in shootouts, these rock-solid mechanics give you great feelings of empowerment and badassery. Shooting in particular has never been better. The feeling of guns, the way your aim reacts to recoil and a gun's accuracy, Drake's animations as you acrobatically move across the field. Uncharted 4 is a pure joy simply to play. Other additions include optional conversations, these touching character moments that give us a chance to spend a few extra moments with our beloved characters, as well as several moments of branching dialogue and extra journal entries as collectibles. In small ways, all of these additions help bolster the adventure, pushing it toward a feeling of total completeness. Naughty Dog really went all out in the ways Uncharted 4 feels like such a thorough, thoughtful final game. Even in those optional conversations, the writing and direction is fantastic.
handle in here or something.
Well, give it a pull.
What? Could be a trap.
You're already in there. What's the worst that could happen?
I lose my hand?
There's an attention to detail in the game's design that echoes the sheer excellence of the game's graphics. Put simply, Uncharted 4 is a visual masterpiece. But it's not just the best-in-class facial animations, environments, weather, and effects. It's how all of these come together with art direction to really sell the idea of long-lost mythical settings and exotic locales. In some ways, this feels like the true promise of next-generation gaming, a marriage of technological brilliance and artistry that actually elevates your play experience. Character emotions are more richly felt. Your agency as the player in epic shootouts is more strongly felt for how realistic and immersive it all feels. There is no doubt Uncharted 4 will leave behind a visual legacy in all of its imitators for years to come, those who will strive to just stand alongside its beauty. Of course, that's not to say it's flawless. The game does very scarcely dip below 30 frames per second, and there were one or two moments of briefly felt texture popping. But these don't amount to much against what is truly a graphical masterpiece.
What's the play here, Nathan?
Just follow my lead.
As for multiplayer, Naughty Dog's the one taking inspiration here. The classic gameplay of Uncharted is melded with competitive elements from several games, including a ladder ranking system a la StarCraft and League of Legends, and the currency ecosystem of Counter-Strike. In the middle of a match, you can spend the currency you've been earning on a rich array of special deployables like NPC sidekicks, superpowered weapons, and support items like revival kits. Across 3 modes, including the Capture the Flag-esque Plunder and the Hero Concept Command, these special items don't feel broken or capable of dramatically shifting a lopsided battle. But they are powerful enough to earn kills or support points and make for really interesting metagame strategies. As for unlockables, there's a lot to enjoy. There's characters and outfits spanning the entire series' history, and while you can pay with real money for specific unlocks, the RNG system of granting new items when you earn enough relic points is pretty generous, especially considering you can't get the same item twice. I have no doubt that the interplay between all these elements will make for a healthy long-term endgame, but more importantly, multiplayer is just a thrill to play. It's exciting and tense to take the familiar, acrobatic shooting of Uncharted and pit yourself against intelligent human players in these dense environments filled with possibility, and I think a lot of players will stick around to enjoy it after the credits roll on Nathan Drake's final adventure.
All right. See you in a few.
Hey, Nate.
Yeah.
Just bring me back something shiny, will you?
Yes, this is Nathan Drake's final adventure, and the question remains, is Uncharted 4 a worthy conclusion to Drake's tale? In no uncertain terms, I can say with confidence, yes, Uncharted 4 is an ending worthy of a PlayStation icon. For Drake and his friends, it offers everything I hoped for, and even more than I dreamt for. It's fulfilling, emotional, and exhaustive in the way it satisfies loose ends. It is nothing less than a love letter from Naughty Dog to the fans that have followed Nathan Drake this far. Now, I don't expect everyone to feel the same way about the ending, but if your first memory of Uncharted is pulling the coffin of Sir Francis Drake from the ocean off the coast of Panama, or if you hold Uncharted 2's train sequence among your favorite gaming moments ever, or if the deceptions of Uncharted 3 have brought you to tears, there's a good chance you'll find the series ending as rewarding and satisfying as I did. The feeling of completeness I had as the credits rolled, and that I still have days later, is the greatest ending I could ask for. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is, remarkably, the series' high point and Naughty Dog's crowning achievement. But its legacy is twofold. Uncharted 4 is also the ultimate video game adventure. It's supremely entertaining and emotionally fulfilling, a true cinematic masterpiece made for everyone. But, for fans, it's nothing short of an instant classic. Pure greatness from small beginnings. That's why I give Uncharted 4: A Thief's End a perfect 10 out of 10.
Sig Parvis Magnum.
Sig Parvis Magnum.
Yeah.